Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to make a repeat tile in Adobe Illustrator. To get started with this assignment, you do want to draw some elements. You can use the pen tool to do that. Of course, you can use your selection tools to fix that up. I'm okay if you do find like clip art or images, vectorized images from the internet, as long as you change them and use them appropriately, and you make sure that it's not stolen artwork, that you have permission to use it as well. But to get started, by now you should know what type of print. I'm kind of going for an abstract animal print. And then you want to have some elements drawn. I know I threw around the number 6. You can definitely do more than 6. These elements are pretty simplified, so I think in this case more than 6 is good. But I've seen some students get really detailed, like maybe they're drawing a butterfly and it's like a realistic looking butterfly, not like a flat abstract one. In that case, there might be 6 elements within that butterfly. That could count. I'm really relying on you to be the judge of the level of difficulty, because I don't want you guys just turning in polka dots. So anyways, I have lots of elements here. Some of them are actually already grouped together. I can ungroup them if I want. And I'm going to make a print with this. Okay. So the first method I'm going to talk about is the clear box method in Illustrator. When you make a swatch, if you make a rectangular shape with a clear stroke and a clear fill, and it's on the bottom layer, then it will repeat what is inside that clear box. So that's essentially what we're doing. So for example, I'm going to draw a rectangle here. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to change, let's see here. I'll change these black dots to like an annoying color, like pink or something. Okay, so I'm going to make a little rectangle box right here, and it's not going to include those pink shapes. Obviously, my rectangle is not clear right now, so the fill is pink. I'm going to change the fill to be clear. I'm going to double check that the stroke is also clear. Then I'm going to make sure it's on the bottom layer. I like to say Command X, Command B. I'm on a Mac, but it's probably not a bad idea to open up your layers, especially if you're kind of new at this. I think this is where a lot of students go wrong, is that the box is just not on the bottom layer. Okay, so right now my box is selected. I know that because I see a little blue square on the layer palette, and it's also on the very bottom layer. So for example, if your box is, is like, up at the top because you just drew it, you could click and drag to bring it to the bottom layer, or you can hit Command X, Command B. That's what I like to do. Okay, so right now this box is definitely on the bottom layer. I double checked with my layers palette. That's good. So I'm going to select all the artwork, including the clear box, and then you want to make sure swatches are open. I will click, drag, and drop. Now notice where I clicked. Another troubleshooting thing is that sometimes students will click the artboard and they're like, it's not moving. I don't know why it's not moving. I know they see this bounding box and they think they can click inside the bounding box. You have to hover over an object. So if you're having issues with that, double check that you're hovering over. So I'm going to hover over this big yellow thing. So I'm going to click, drag, and drop it. And then I can see it in my swatches. It's really small, the little thumbnail. We can change the view. Maybe if you wanted to, you could say like a large thumbnail view. But even the large one, it's still pretty small. But I can see that I don't see any pink in there, even though I dragged the pink artwork. And the reason why is because Illustrator just has this like computer code that if there is a clear rectangle, clear stroke, clear fill, bottom layer, it's only going to repeat. I'm like pointing to my computer. It's only going to repeat what's inside that rectangle. So you're only going to see, what I'm going to do? I'm going to change that clear box to a clipping mask. Command X, Command F. Now it's on the front layer. Do you guys see it hop up on the layer menu? I'm going to select all of it. Command 7. This is what the swatch is going to do. It's going to make a repeat that's going to look like this because of that clear box. Okay. So let's see if I'm right. I'm going to get a big square and we're going to fill it with, my stroke is on top. I'm going to switch so my fill is on top, and I'm going to choose the new artwork I just made. See how it looks just kind of like what I did? So I hope you're following along. I don't know if that's too confusing or not. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say object clipping mask, release. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that clear box kind of turns into a clipping mask when you put it in the swatch palette. Because again, I clicked and dragged all of this artwork. I didn't do a clipping mask first. Ooh, look at this. This time it didn't work. And that could be because maybe the clear box is now on the top layer. I don't really know, but look at this. See how it's repeating just all of the artwork? So I'm going to come back here. It's because it was on the top layer. But if I say Command X, Command B, it's on the bottom layer. I visually see it on the bottom layer. I select all of the artwork, even the pink art, click, drag, and drop. And this is the new one. It only repeats what's in that clear box. So I just want to make sure you feel comfortable with that clear box like theory. So I don't like this particular clear box, but knowing about the clear box can help you build your repeat. And for this project, your edges need to align. So here in this sample, I can see clearly where the repeat edge is. I want you to make a repeat edge that's not so clear. So example, like the bottom here, it just gets cut off. The top of the repeat tile should have where the rest of the bottom of that yellow shape should be. So we're going to make this organic and flow, and that's what I want to demonstrate right now, how to do that. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe what I'll do is stop right now.